A revolutionary. Say whoa. Trap revolutionary. Got the wave it too scary. Doing this thing like Malcolm ain't by any means necessary. We ain't got it by no one seen hand. We got the master plan. Get the movement going on. Right here where we stand, man. We bucking and stumping, fist pumping. Even though they tried to set us up for failure and kill us, we keep on coming. That's why somebody gotta step up and say something about the bullshit. Because if not, the blind gon' keep leaving.
What's going on, y'all? Yeah, I'm trying to get on here real quick and make a video just talking about Ethiopia again. You know what I'm saying? We had some more getting out again and going to the Merkato, like a big supermarket. This got some of everything. And really, matter of fact, the guy we had that taking us around, he said the only thing they don't have is they don't sell like cars. They sell auto parts, but they don't sell cars. Like literally everything you can imagine that they selling out there, except a actual car, you know what I'm saying? But so that was kind of a good experience for us to get out there and see that. Super Merkato, that's what you call this. This got to be.
That closed the window.
Yeah, I got it. Super Merkato. Man.
But we are not in the center of Merkato.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You see?
You know what I'm saying? Probably kind of went around too and bought some things. Actually, like coffee. Like I wanted to give my dad some coffee or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I bought that. Then got some other things for my mom or whatever. You know what I'm saying? T-shirt. Got a T-shirt for me, my dad or whatever as well. You know what I'm saying? So might end up going back. No, my homeboy, he was saying you know what I'm saying, about bringing some, probably get something from my brother or whatever, but you know, might get back out there, but it's like a huge, you know, like, you know, like we probably know, like, you know, some of us from Dallas or whatever, you know what I'm saying, around that area, Dallas area or Fort Worth, where, you know, we know about, you know what I'm saying, Trader's Village, but man, this is, I believe this is Trader's Village on steroids times 10, you know what I'm saying, that's the best way I can describe it. Literally, like it's nothing they have nothing on, Trader's Village, like, man, nothing on them, you know what I'm saying? And so it was an experience, but I can say being from the States, like, man, I ain't gonna lie, it's like it's overwhelming just seeing that much stuff, man. So that's the crazy part about it. It's just so much stuff, it's just so much going on that you know, it's like it's overwhelming. But like I said, it was still good, like I said, to go and get out there and you know what I'm saying, see some of the you know what I'm saying, see some of the stuff, see some of the people, you know, buy, you know, support, you know, kind of support the local people or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that was cool. Then kind of like got another history lesson, you know what I'm saying? The brother that was taking us around, you know what I'm saying? He showed us what Menelik the second, whatever, showed us his statue.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying, another king before him, Hanek or something like that, or I can't remember how it's like Haragu or something like that, Hanek. I forget his name, but anyway, he showed us those statues, you know what I'm saying, and in the city, you know what I'm saying, Addis Ababa or whatever. So we saw those, Addis Ababa, you know, we seen those, you know, statues or whatever, went around and then went to some other shops. So that was really cool. You know, then got to go to Haile. His name is Haile Generasu. Haile Generasu. I think he won, probably not pronouncing his last name right, but he won the Olympic gold medal twice and the world championships 4 times in the 10,000 meters. You know what I'm saying? So went to his restaurant. He's actually a businessman here and has a number. Matter of fact, the guy told us he has like 15 like hotel restaurants now, you know what I'm saying? So we went there. The hotel, it's called the Haile Grand at Addis Ababa, you know what I'm saying? So we went there, and that was, you know, a nice little spot, you know, had a little indoor, I guess it was like indoor waterfall or whatever, and then they was building like a building right by. It's crazy. I was telling my lady, like, they literally are building the way they build stuff. I think it's called scalpels. Scalpels. They don't build with the scalpels the way the United States build, you know, like skyscrapers and stuff like that. They literally, man. Some of these buildings, I guess some of the buildings that's not skyscrapers, but they are like story buildings, like they have stories to them. They're building these buildings like with the old school. It's like, I don't know the best way I explain it. Where the biblical times where they, you know, they use sticks and they just go up in the air with the sticks. Literally, it's not like no major tree branches or nothing like that, but they're like strong, I guess, wood sticks that they put together and they, you know, build them up, you know, on the sides of the building or whatever, right in front of where they're building. They stand on them and build. Like, I'm like, man, it's crazy. I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm not, I can't really, I mean, I guess they used to it, but I'm like, dang, I'm kind of afraid for them. Like, bro, you on a, man, you walking like you walking on a tightrope. You know what I'm saying? You doing some major construction work. You know what I'm saying? On while you building a large, you know what I'm saying, like a big building. So I was just looking at that, man. I was like, dang, that's kind of, I don't know. I guess that's just the way they do it here. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of fascinating. But like I said, it was just good to get back out. You know what I'm saying? And kind of get back out amongst people, man, and just see some things. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and go. You know what I'm saying? Buy some stuff. Like I said, support the locals. And then even our guy that was driving us around, like he was just like, man. I think he wanted to just make 5,000 birr a day or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Which equates to about like $25 US money. But it's got, to me, I think it's smart, Corey. It's not a lot, right? But it's smart because, if you're trying to get to a certain goal, that's the way you can kind of say to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to, okay, this is my goal for the day. And then you continue to stack that money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because if you can get to 5,000, you can get to 10,000, you get to 10,000, you get to 20, then on and on. You know what I'm saying? You can figure that out, kind of how you can scale and, and get to a larger amount. You know what I'm saying? Especially trying to save when, you got to save something for your family, or you got, a large purchase, you trying to make or whatever. But that was good. Another thing's good too, that even with him, you know what I'm saying, we had like our guy, man, the brother was like, he was really honest, man. You know what I'm saying? That's like, man, that's kind of, I guess, just really good. Like, I think we were blessed to have somebody like that. Because, like, he was even, like, he didn't let nobody try to take advantage of us, because they knew that we wasn't from her. You know what I'm saying? They like, somebody trying to charge me that buying something for my mom, you know what I'm saying? Buying some for my mama, or like it's like a gown, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like a real nice gown too, you know what I'm saying? Embroidered, you know what I'm saying? Embroidered, kind of embroidery, was kind of like Ethiopian embroidery with, it's kind of like a navy dress, you know what I'm saying? So, the guy was gonna say, hey, charge you 25, man. He stepped in like, nah, man, that's not right, whatever. And so the guy ended up charging me, only 1,500 for it, 1,500 birr, you know what I'm saying? So he was like stepping in, negotiate for him, you know what I'm saying? And really, man, you know what I'm saying? He get like he had our back, you know what I'm saying? And like genuinely had our back. And, I just, I thank God for that. Like, we really got people, you know what I'm saying, kind of trying to look out for us, and just, kind of, we got, I guess, prayers, you know what I'm saying, with us, you know what I'm saying? Cause, we, out and about, you know what I'm saying? They ain't just had no, bad experience or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then, like I said, him looking out for us, driving us around, showing us things, you know what I'm saying? Actually, like, knowing the history and caring about the history and knowing that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just riding in the car, and like he said about Menelik II, you know what I'm saying? The king that defeated the Italian, army or whatever, and defeated them in the Battle of Awa, you know what I'm saying, 1896. So he just knowing stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And we just talking about that, just which I said is really cool. But, I just think that, I think that's really good that, to have somebody like that, and they are really, you know what I'm saying, trying to, really trying to look out for us, and, you know what I'm saying, really, got your, best interests at heart at work. So I just, I'm just glad of that. Then like, I was thinking about, cause, I like to work out as well. I was thinking about like, man, I could try to get me a workout in while I'm here, but then of course I didn't come to work out, but I don't think that's a big thing either here. Like, working out is not, the people, like, they not, I guess it's not a thing, you know what I'm saying, here where people are working out hard, you know what I'm saying, trying to, be in the gym, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, because actually the place I'm in, the hotel I'm in, the Dayland Guest House, it doesn't have it don't have a gym or whatever. I think some of the other bigger hotels or whatever may, but don't have a gym. I think the one gym we saw, I don't think it was open. And I think that was on Bole. I think either is in the Bole area or whatever, Bole Street or whatever, in that area. But it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't open. So, they don't have like we do in, Texas. You gonna have Planet Fitness, Fitness Connection, LA Fitness, EOS, Anytime Fitness, Lifetime Fitness. Like you just got so many different, places that you work out at. They don't really have that here. So I can't say that the people are like more like, man, it's just everyday life, living life. And that's not like a big thing here. Matter of fact, I don't know if I'm pretty sure, you got people that work out, but it's just not part of, to I don't think it's just part of the culture like that, where it's like fitness is like one of the, main things, like it is, back in the States. But, it's kind of like, I think here, one of the like main things they do, as far as like people being out, I think they stay active because they're out. They're like moving, they're walking, So it's like, that's kind of like, I guess I don't really need, I ain't gonna say I don't need to work out, but I mean, they're active, It's because people are walking, riding the bus. Man, we've seen people like it was like, man, lines of buses, lines of people getting on the bus to ride the bus. So it's like here, but the bus, it's like getting around, people getting around. That's one of their main forms of transportation. Like you see buses like, filled with people, going up and down, the road. So that's one of the main things here. Another thing, just in relation to the gym and fitness too, man, like we don't see a lot of obese people. Not a lot, but I can't say none. Well, I haven't really seen none, like obese, like people that actually are obese. I haven't really seen any, So that's one of the things I think that, that is good here. The natural, some of the food or whatever is natural. And I think that they don't put a lot of preservatives in their food. Like you don't have a lot of sweetener, like the smoothies and stuff like that. Like we're used to like the smoothies being sweet. Here it's not like that. And they're making them kind of like making the smoothies like right there. Putting fresh, fruit, blending them up right, on the spot or whatever. So they're using the natural fruit and they're not, a whole bunch of other preservatives or nothing like that. So that's one of the things I see. People more smaller, like frame wise, like where it states, like you might see, out of every 10 people, you're gonna see like 2 obese people or whatever. It's like, you just don't see that, you don't see that here, So that's one of the things, I guess that's, I guess, it's a good thing, regarding their, the culture where that's just smaller in stature, people or whatever. So, I think that's, that's a good thing, good for just the culture, but the people eat good though. I know the food is awesome, So I know, the people eating good is just not, I said it's not heavy or, obese people, and I think you just see no sickly people either. Well, of course, sick, you'll probably be in the hospital anyway. But it don't seem like it's a lot, sick people. The people I said, they're mobile, like they moving, they getting, they just seeing people, like it's always busy, So, that's one of the things I have seen as well. That's pretty cool. Just people moving, It's always something going on, It's always something going on. So, also too, it's like the housing here is different, like, it's kind of like it's kind of reverse of how it is in Texas. Like we have alleys and you'll go to the back of your house, through your alley. Here, what I noticed, the alley is where they go to the front of the house. Then the back of the house is like it'll be like a main street. Cause I was wondering like, man, I just seen a dude go in this gate and it looked like it was a housing, like a residence. I'm like, man, where's he going? I'm like, man, I've seen the cat, seen the dude walk past him. I'm like, damn, he just went in that gate and he kind of opened it and closed it back like that was his house or something. That's really what it was. That was his place, a residence. Like, and then we, coming out of this hotel and seeing, seeing the houses, it's like, okay, these are residential areas. You know what I'm saying? This is where people actually stay at. You know what I'm saying? So that was, kind of unique. I guess seeing that kind of unique to, to see that or whatever. So I was just thinking about that. I was like, okay, so it's kind of different than where they got the home set up. You know what I'm saying? But this is the area we in. It's Addis Ababa, but it's like, I guess consider like what our guy was telling this. That's more like well-to-do. The people that, like I said, stay in it's kind of like an alley you go down, but the front of the house, they're going to the front of the house. You know what I'm saying? From that alleyway. So like I said, it's just kind of interesting to see kind of how they had that set up, where it's like, you know what I'm saying, people are have their houses situated, you know what I'm saying? So that was pretty interesting. I know leaving out this hotel, you just see, you see a lot. You see even these little shops too. They have like little duck kind of tucked off shops, kind of tucked away. Like, you know what I'm saying? One shop's doing donuts and what they say? Donuts and not smoothies, but donuts and what do you call those things? They Slurpees. So Slurpees and donuts. Then one place was doing pastries and coffee. Another place was selling little, they had little wares or whatever they had. I think it was kind of like, I think they had kind of like rugs and different little knick-knack stuff in there. But it was nice looking, you know what I'm saying? So they had little shops like that too, you know what I'm saying? Little shops tucked away, coming out the hotel, just in general too. That's in every area they have other places kind of like where, it's like tucked away and you kind of go and, buy stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, too, that's another thing too. I had got some of my figures wrong too. The stats of Ethiopia, population of Ethiopia is 135 million. The population of Addis Ababa is 5.96 million. So, but percentage wise, they're 5 million compared to the 135 million. You know what I'm saying? That's still significant. You know what I'm saying? So, out of the whole thing, it's just a lot of people here in Addis Ababa. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people. So, out of that 135 million, you know what I'm saying? That 5 million, that's like equate to like really like almost what 5, if you want to say almost 5, I guess we're gonna say 5%, because 10% would be like, 13.5 million, but that's still good. That's still like a big number, you know what I'm saying? But Ethiopia itself, just a country, like 135 million, that's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And just this city, you know what I'm saying? That's bigger than Dallas. That's almost Dallas was 1.3 million. I think Dallas was like somewhere like 1 to 2, I think probably in between 1 million to 2 million, 1.2 to 1.3 million. And Addis Ababa is, like I said, 5 million. That's big. That's big for a city, you know what I'm saying? And it's just so many people. And you see it, like I said, being on the street, you just see so lot. Like today, we was coming back from the restaurant I was talking about, Haile. It's called Haile Grand at Addis Ababa. We was coming back from there, and we just seeing lines of people, man, waiting in line to get on the bus. You know what I'm saying? So, just seeing that, man, it's just a lot of people. Just a lot of people in the city. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people. So it's like, man, it can be like I said, it can be kind of overwhelming at times just to see that. Just see so many people, so many shops, so much stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? It's always moving. But
You have a YouTube?
yeah.
Okay, nice. I will subscribe. What's the name of that YouTube?
Revolutionary Thoughts. I'll text it to you. It's called Revolutionary Thoughts. I just kind of talk about our, us in America, our people over here in different countries.
Okay.
I like just talk about how we need to come together. One people. Oh, damn, they got donkeys. Damn, that's crazy. But I still think it's good. I wish, like I said, I'm gonna say this too. I just wish that it was some type of way that we can start doing business with our brothers here and, like I said, across the diaspora, because I think you have so many people. I just think, man, it could be, I don't know. I just wish that it was a way to uplift the economy in some form or fashion, because with all those people, that's resources. You know what I'm saying? That literally is a resource of people, and if I just think we can move the people in a certain way, that could lead to, like I said, economic prosperity. I'm gonna just be thinking on some stuff, because I just think we got some untapped economic power there. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of how I'm looking at it. But I'm just be thinking on some things, and trying to get with some people, to try to see what we can do, because I just think it's, what I'm saying, like it's some untapped potential there. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. Yeah, I just want to get on here and say that just some of the things that we kind of experienced today was good. I think it's been good overall. Been pretty good, pretty cool. Oh yeah, another thing, so crazy too, that's different here, is that they got a lot of stray dogs on the street. You know what I'm saying? I was just like wondering, like, why they got so many stray dogs? Just stray dogs just running around. Like, man, I don't think people keep dogs as pets here. But the guy said, like, a guy that was taking us around, he did say he has, like, you know what I'm saying, some pets or whatever, dogs or whatever. But they got a lot of dogs on the street. But I think what it is here, they don't have a pound. Like in America, like you're going to have somebody going to come. If the dog is running or straight, running wild, they're going to come pick them up. I don't think they'll do that here, though. That's just like not, they don't have nobody employed to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's not a part of the, I don't know if that's part of the, like, governmental, like municipality or whatever they have here, or the government has a particular like a particular department that does that or whatever, or a particular, city job like that, you know what I'm saying? It comes, people come pick them. So you got a lot of stray dogs, you know what I'm saying, running around, you know what I'm saying? And then another thing is kind of fun. We seen one cat. Don't see too many cats. We seen one cat, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. People maybe have the cats as pets and dogs running wild. I don't know. But there's a lot of stray dogs running out, you know what I'm saying? They're just out, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I say is peculiar to, to here, you know what I'm saying, seeing that here. But other than that, I mean, everything else, is just cool. Like I said, a lot to do, a lot to see, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, just like something going on. Like you're not gonna miss, or it's not gonna miss you. You know what I'm saying? It's always something to do. It's something to get into, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things I like, about here. It's always something to do. You go out, you want to go shopping, you know what I'm saying? You want to go restaurant, going to eat, you know what I'm saying? Always something to do, you know what I'm saying? Never go out. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, working out wise, maybe not, but just like I said, people walking though. You end up walking everywhere. You're going to stay in shape anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that was that's, one of the things too. And the benefit, like I said, of being here too, if you have that American dollar, it's going to stretch, you know what I'm saying, way longer than it will in America, even though, like I said, we from America. And, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? We used to making a certain amount anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like here, it stretches a lot more. You know what I'm saying? We so that's so crazy about it. In America, we like six figures. If you ain't making six figures, you ain't really making no money. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I make six figures not for my job, but cumulatively, cumulatively, I make that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you ain't making six figures, you ain't really doing nothing. But shoot, what I said, in that sense, we so used to making a certain amount above, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, threshold to where it's like, coming over here is like, well, shoot, I'm, hitting it hard over there to try to make so much money. You know, you come over here and you see like, well, dang, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of make you feel good because like, okay, really, I'm not, you know, because, you know, I ain't gonna lie, in America make you feel like if you're not making, like I said, if you're not making six figures, you're not doing that. And really, if you're not a millionaire, you're not nobody important. You know what I'm saying? Really a billionaire, honestly. It's really how I be feeling. You know, well, that's how I feel. I know some people don't care. But, you know, if you're not getting a certain amount of money, it make you feel like, man, you ain't really doing nothing. So coming over here is kind of refreshing to make, and also it make you see the importance, like, man, life ain't all about money. You really can, man, live your life comfortable without all that. You know what I'm saying? And I would even go as far to say is that, you know, I think we should, you know, regardless of anything else, be willing to help, you know, our brother and sister, no matter where they are, you know, help our fellow man regardless. You know what I'm saying? We are here for that basic purpose, help each other, which I said before in the video. And not just be so concerned about, well, I got to make this amount of money so I'll be important, or so I feel respected, or feel, you know what I'm saying, like I'm, you know, I have a place in the world. You know what I mean? Because I think what's going to boil down to is like, when you lead the world, what did you do to make it better? You know what I'm saying? And I think I said this too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a religious person, but I do remember as a kid, Greater God Chapel, AME Baptist Church, AME Methodist, you know what I'm saying, African Episcopal Church, you know, my mother's church. It's a song they used to always sing at the end and say, reach out and touch somebody's hand, make this world a better place if you can. That right there, I think, is really what we out here for, to really help each other. You know what I'm saying? And I think no matter what nobody say, you know, it don't matter. This is me. What are we gonna do when we live, you know, we left here? Did we make a mark on the world or make it better? Or did we just try to, like, we just went through life and just we was comfortable? You know, because we was comfortable, we didn't try to do nothing to help. You know what I'm saying? So, and I even pose a question as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, which, you know, the Holy Trinity, which, you know, is Jesus, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, right? So, which I know it to be an African, or the Memphite theology that our African ancestors, their spiritual system that they, you know, practiced. They actually understood it, you know, and it actually ended up becoming later on down the line to be understood as the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. It was the original Memphite theology was the divine masculine, divine feminine, and divine child. Divine, you know, Aset, Asir, and Hiru. So saying that to say, I'm explaining in the sense that people understand it to be in the, you know, in the name of Jesus. You know, with Jesus giving his life, like, to really help. Like, and I say that, you know, people try to judge you and say, well, you this and you did that, you ain't did this and you ain't did that. But then what are you going to do in that sense when you are hearing this life? You know what I'm saying? Do you understand the importance of that? You know, of actually being here and helping somebody. You know what I'm saying? But I think we get so selfish. In Me Too, and I'm not going to lie, Me Too gets so selfish where I'm like, man, F it. You know, that's them. You know what I'm saying? You on that corner, you know what I'm saying? You begging, well, that's you. You know what I'm saying? That ain't me. I'm glad it ain't me. You know what I'm saying? But what are we going to do to try to help, you know what I'm saying, our fellow man, or help to make this world better? You know what I'm saying? Instead of running from the problem, or like, hey, man, I ain't shit. I can't do nothing about it. I ain't gonna worry about it, man. And, you know, I'm just take care of me and mine. You know what I'm saying? But then the same people that say that, they be espousing, or they be screaming Jesus, and they be screaming that they are Christian. You know what I'm saying? They scream that they, you know, so holier than thou. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Are you really gonna do the work? You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus did. Are you gonna really do the work? You know what I'm saying? Because we put her to help each other. You know, but I'm not gonna go off into, I'm not gonna digress so far into that and just, you know what I'm saying, harp on that. But I just want to say that, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I want to come here to see how it was, because I want to see, like, what can we really do? You know what I'm saying? What if it is a need over here, like, what can we do? You know what I'm saying, to help? You know what I'm saying? And I want to see, like I said, I want to see it for myself. Because like I said, I know that they never been colonized over here. You know what I'm saying? By any European, faction. I said nation. I might well just call them a faction. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm not going to even say that. Because what they did, I can't even respect them as a nation. You know what I'm saying? To come over and colonize so many of our people in countries over here. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of profit and gain. And I would even say that's even demonic. You know what I'm saying? Because greed. Like I said, slavery, even slavery, you know what I'm saying, was because of greed and racism, you know what I'm saying, that even occurred. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna leave it at that, you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna continue to, go down that road, but I would say, let's all, you know what I'm saying, come together and help each other, help our brothers over here, help our brothers over there, you know what I'm saying, in America, just the diaspora, you know what I'm saying, overall, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, want to say that, I'm gonna get up out of here. I really do, man. You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody out there doing good, doing well, man, living life for the love and happiness, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just glad I said I came over here and just, getting this experience or whatever. But anyway, till next time, y'all. Love y'all. All right, y'all.
Bucket, go ahead and blow off the dough. Step through the maze, man, and became amazing. About to rewrite history and change the page in a crooked book that never told us the true story. Like how we were kings and queens before the slave story, before the killing, stealing, and drug dealing on some real shit. We ran the world.